Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading. So if you want to get a message from the cards, come on in and have a seat and we'll get started in a moment. Just a few quick housekeeping things before we do though. I have included a list of the decks I'm using as well as my social media. So if you want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube, you can. Also, if you like what you see in the video, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop for when I post new work, and it lets me know that you like what I'm making for you guys and want to see more. So um, in advance of that, thank you so much. I'm excited to share my readings with you guys, and hopefully it's helpful and resonant for you. Finally, I am available for private readings if you guys are interested in that. That is, they'll be the top two links. My link to my Patreon and a link to my Ko-fi page are included with the social media links. Those will be the top two if you're interested in a private reading, or if you want to explore my blog. It's there for you to do so. Please know that any donations you make are very much appreciated. They're optional and up for your consideration. So please follow your heart and do what's best for you. Okay. I love you anyway. This was supposed to be a heart. There it is. In any case, I'm in a goofy mood, just so you're aware. This reading might go way, way off the rails. Bear with me. We'll get the message as best as we can. For those of you who are new here, hi, hello. We're going to start with an oracle reading, and then we'll move into our tarot. I do want to put a bit of a disclaimer here that one of my tarot decks does depict some graphic nudity in it, and I know that's slightly frowned upon on YouTube, so I'm going to do my best to censor that, but I will also tell you what cards you're getting out of the tarot when we get there. So hang in there with me. Let's see what energy we can pick up on, and then we'll go through and clarify it with our tarot. Okay. So from our oracle, okay, we have follow the leader. Okay. Yeah, follow the leader. Alrighty. Okay, we have the raven. Okay, we have the raven. Okay, we have the siren of surrender. Get that up closer. Siren of surrender. Okay. All right. And we have the great severing, which represents Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. Okay. Well, see, there's two things going on here. Okay, that for some of you, there's two very distinct things going on here. And the first thing that jumps right out of me is that there is a lot of resistance in your space right now. Okay, we're getting here with this severing card. There's something that you're looking to separate from your energetic space. Okay, this is something I would venture to say very deeply important to you. Okay, and it's coming up quick. This cutting off, this separation, this uncomfortableness, frankly, is being caused by a resistance to letting this happen. Okay, and this is where we're getting our siren of surrender here. You're being asked to let go, and that's not fun. Right off the bat, let it go. Just let it go. It's like, well, okay, what do I let go of? How do I let go of it? Why should I let go of it? All of those questions are coming from a place of resistance and a place of lack, and it sucks. Frankly, it really sucks. What are you supposed to do with it? I don't know what to do with it. I certainly can't answer that question for you because I'm only human, and if you're watching me from the other side of the world or another side of the screen, that's our distance. Okay, so no, I can't help you answer that. What I can say though is that you're wicked smart. Okay, if you find yourself resonating with the raven as an animal generally, or if you have raven guides in your animal spirits, if you buy into that, if you buy into those, they're smart birds. Crows, I believe corvids generally have a lot going on in their brains, which make them very smart compared to other birds, right? There's that. You have a lot going on in your mind right now, but you're smart, okay, and you're processing it. Whether you believe that or not, you're very smart and you're processing this. That's number one. Number two, you could be seeing a lot of ravens or a lot of crows coming around you. Maybe they're in your lawn or within your proximity. I've actually seen a couple bouncing around in my street. Okay. Yeah, you're smart and and you're perhaps being guided by maybe a trickster energy. Maybe this is a call for you to be a little more in tune with your sense of mischief and maybe not taking certain things in your life so seriously that you forget how to have fun. Okay. Take those as you will, take those how you resonate. What I will add to that is that you're smart enough to know how to lead yourself along your path. You're looking to attain the tree, right? And there's this winding, weird little path. Who knows how deep that gap goes? Who knows if you have to jump across a gorge? I don't know. Again, this is your life, and you're going to have to experience it and take what you're seeing, process it, and lead yourself to the top of the hill, right? Okay. Yeah, I was noticing that clock there. So either circle imagery, timepieces might be important to you, which is interesting. Actually, also the number 4. Yeah, the number 4 might be important to you as well. 40 may be an important number to you. Either way, you're smart and you know how to get yourself to your perspective tree. Okay. Also, what I find interesting about that, I was actually shuffling this deck. This is the Witch Oracle by Silas, Toball, and Angi Sullins. I got the cards. They're called Psyche, the Creatrix of Cunning, and there was another card, but basically I took that to mean trust your gut. So I don't know if that might be relevant for you, but there's a lot of change that you're resisting, and you need to know that you're smart enough to get past that resistance. Okay. So let's get into our tarot. Let's bring that one out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some main energy, and then we're going to clarify that by using some other chunks of cards out of each of our tarots. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know what I'm doing when I get there. So, okay. So to start with the main energy of our tarot, We are going to look, okay, we're going to look at the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, that's not fun. But how do we solve that Nine of Cups reversed issue? Okay, we have the Six of Coins. Okay, there's the Six of Coins, and we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. Well, this is interesting because right off the bat, I think we know what is triggering that resistance. Okay, you're in a state of discomfort and just emotional. I mean, there's a lot of emotional turbulence that's going on right now. Okay, and also, yeah, I'm saying also emotional turbulence because you also have the Knight of Cups here. So, you know, you're very much a heart on your sleeve kind of person. And it's to the point, okay, that you're so uncomfortable that it's put you in a lack. Okay. I'm getting to that because you have the six of coins here. This is, you know, if there was ever a definition of generosity in the tarot, it would be the Six of Coins. This is being in that cycle of giving and receiving. The problem is that this severe emotional distress that you're putting yourself in has caused an interruption in that cycle, and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to figure out what's going on next. So you're just going with the waves. And if those waves go high and crash, if they're shallow and crash, you can't predict it, right? You're having trouble predicting what the waves are going to do. By the way, stop trying that, please. You're just hurting yourself. The better way to deal with this is to get into your heart and try and ground your emotions. Yeah, easy advice to give, harder to do. And I say that from a deeply emotional person who has trouble grounding her emotions sometimes. Okay. All of that. Let's come back around to all of that. You're in an emotional state and you're not quite sure how to handle the disruption because you were in a cycle of giving and receiving and something stopped it. Okay. That's hard. That's tough. But what else do we need? What else do we need right now? What else can we see here? Okay, what else do we need? Okay, what else do we need? Okay, to start, okay, we're going to look at the Knight of Coins. Okay, there is the Knight of Coins. All right. Okay, we're gonna see the Fool. A fun fact, I got the Fool out of this deck quite a bit the last time I used it, so glad to see you again, old friend. Here's the Fool. Okay. All right. And we have the Star. Okay. We have the Star, and as you can see, it's censored for somewhat graphic nudity. Excuse me, censored for graphic nudity here. Okay. We have the Star. Okay. So there's been a big change. All right. There's been such a big change that you're starting to see an opportunity come forward for you. Okay, and I'm getting here because we have our Knight of Coins and our Fool. So something has presented itself where you are having to take a leap of faith. Okay, you're having to try something again. You know, maybe yeah, okay, you're having to try something again, but this time you're kind of you're inching towards the edge, right? And I like that I say inching towards the edge because um, this Knight of Pentacles, I'm saying pentacles, it's actually coins, at least in this deck. The Knight of Coins here is a little bit rigid. It's a rigid, slow moving energy, but it's rigid from the standpoint that it's trying to get roots down into the soil. Okay, and it's starting. It has the option of bearing fruit. Okay. Again, I say this, you're inching towards the edge, and you're probably going to be asked to take a leap of faith on something because you don't know how this is going to work out. Okay, and it's weird, it's uncomfortable, it's not what you want to do, because what may happen is that it threatens your sense of balance, your sense of grounding. The only way this knight character is actually holding anything of that position, I realize it's a drawing, so take that as you will, but the reason why this guy is holding his position is because it's not moving very fast. Let's say you have the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords coming out. You're gone. You're going. The energy is moving. You're not in a balanced enough state with those cards. And I'm saying that within context of this reading. The Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, they have value and they're beautiful cards in and of themselves. So is the Knight of Pentacles. And here's why I say you have a new opportunity coming up for you, okay? Because there is this need for you to remove a resistance around some change. It's starting to help you address what's giving you that frown. You're starting to pull away the mask that you've been wearing. Okay, doesn't mean it's a sad mask, doesn't mean it's a happy mask, it's just been a mask that you're taking off. Okay, and you have your hand outstretched, figuratively, maybe literally. You have your hand outstretched to accept the things that are coming to you. Okay, but as usual, as always, okay, there is a change that is coming for you, that because you have to let this go, you're putting yourself in dark times, right? This feels lonely. This journey feels lonely. Part of this is letting go of what you thought you knew and were comfortable with. It's, this is also a period of healing, a period of health, a period of life coming back. Okay, this isn't the sun, right? It isn't the moon, it's the star. So there's something in your night sky that you can look to and find your North Star. Okay, you'll find it. You'll find it. If you needed a reason to look up, here it is. Okay, here it is. I'm sorry I can't show you more of this card, but it is very graphically nude. So it's happening. Whatever this is, is happening. It's just a matter of losing the resistance and leaping off the edge. Okay. I feel like saying your wings are gonna open up and you'll fly. So let's see what else we need to see for the main energy, please. What else do we need to see for the main energy? Okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna look at the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful card. Love that. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. We have, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So the Nine of Wands. So, yeah, I think we're getting some of our energy confirmed here. In that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So there's something turning, frankly, I believe, turning for your favor. It's turning to help you bring yourself back up to the top of the wheel. Okay. Yeah, something is working in your favor. Something in the energy is cycling you back up to the top of your wheel. Okay. And this is the perfect time to assess the progress that you've made. Okay. You have the Seven of Pentacles and you have the Nine of Wands. So you've been through a lot. Okay. You've been through a lot. You've been through a barren field. You've seen, maybe this is a business venture that you've seen very little success on up till now. But you have to understand that while it doesn't look like it, while you've kind of been stuck up against the fence, you got to the fence. Maybe that's no consolation. I appreciate that. How do you get over the fence? Maybe that's the question we're trying to answer. Okay. We'll clarify that in a minute. But you have made progress. You have planted seeds. And remember, we have the Knight of Pentacles in this reading. So it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow and you're going to have to work hard. You might have to persevere through some challenges. This resistance likely being some of that. Okay. It's turning in your favor. Okay. The wheel's coming back up and it's turning in your favor. Okay. Remember here, our little fool. Beautiful little fool here. Okay. They don't know what's going to happen. They take the tumble off the cliff and they fall, they'll be caught. That's, everybody trips on their feet. It happens to the best of us, right? But you have made progress, okay? And it's time for you to assess how far you've come. Because you have come a long way. You've come such a long way that I don't know that you would recognize the person you were if they were to stand next to you looking in a mirror, right? They're you. You're still you. At the end of the day, if you're watching this reading, hi, thank you so much. I love you very much for being here. But you made it here. You made it here. Okay, and I'm certainly grateful for that. Back to the reading, though. It's the wheel's turning in your favor and you've come a long way. So why not give yourself the chance to celebrate it, to you kind of distance yourself from the projects or whatever you're working on, and know that you have done amazing things already. Even the tiniest little thing, amazing. Amazing. I don't care. I don't care if that's putting a fork in the sink. You did that. Cool. Hey, I love that for you. Thank you. Right? Thank you for being amazing. Okay. Let's see. Final point to our main energy, and then we'll get into clarifying it. Okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna see the judgment. Okay, we're looking at judgment. All right, there's judgment. We have the Hermit reverse. Okay, there's the Hermit in reverse. Ooh, bestie. Love it. We have the Emperor. Okay, there's the Emperor. Okay, so first things first, I'm hearing it's time to come out of your hibernation. Time to come out of hibernation. Okay, I'm saying that because we have the Hermit in reverse. All right, so we have the Hermit in reverse now, and normally if that were upright, it would mean taking some time out, find and follow your path. It's okay to do that. And certainly at some point you're going to have to go back on the Hermit scale here. What I mean to say there is that you're going to have to stop and kind of get reflective about where you've been and where you're going. Okay. Because the benefit of that is that you are coming out of that hibernation. Reflecting is going to allow you to embody the wisdom you've picked up along the way. Okay. And you're going to be able to understand, once again, you're going to be able to understand how it is that you manage and lead your own life. They bring up that card. Follow the leader. Follow your heart. You are the leader in this situation. Okay? All right? You're the leader in this situation. You know that you're coming out of a place of resistance, a place of lack, a place of frankly, turbulence. You know, we talked a lot about the emotional turbulence with our Knight of Cups, our Nine of Cups in reverse. It's easing. It's going away. It'll be okay. Okay? Because you know that you're strong enough to do what you need to do to make your own rules, to live by your own compass, right? To live by your morals and values. Okay? You know those things already. Time to come out of that hibernation stage because you're here and your authority is real. Okay? Okay. So to start on our clarification process here, we're going to look at what's hidden underneath our energy. These are cards that were pulled off the bottom of our decks. We'll see that as our hidden energy. Going to clarify all of it, and then we're going to figure out how to use it. Okay. All right. So for our hidden energy, we are going to see the Page of Coins. Okay. There's our Page of Coins. All right. You're going to see the Queen of Swords. Okay. There's our Queen of Swords. All right. We have the Two of Cups. Okay, there's our Two of Cups. All right. And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so right away, I'm taken back to this thought of the resistance aspect of this reading. I'm looking at the Queen of Swords. Okay, you have such a marvelous brain in your head. Okay, and this is what I was saying with those. I believe I mentioned it earlier, but I had some cards fall out of this deck, and it was trust your gut, trust your intuition. Well, your intuition's definitely going on. It's pinging, it's going around in your head, and it's telling you, like, oh, something's not right. I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna lose something important to me. You're drawing your sword to protect yourself. Okay? That's not bad. It's not good. It is what it is. In this case, it might not be as helpful as you would like it to be. And I'm saying that because we have the Fool, we have a lot of cards that suggest that you're coming back up. It's going to be okay. You're going to be at your top again. The problem is when you resist one thing, you resist everything. Okay? So, you're letting your thoughts get your roots up, right? I hope that makes sense. You're forgetting that you're a leader. You're forgetting that you're strong enough to do that kind of work in the first place. Well, here's the thing, okay? There have been some hard lessons that you've had to come to over the last couple of cycles here. I mean that energetically here. Okay, and you have the Two of Cups. This could be romantic. This could be a young, new love in your life. How I mean it here is that there have been a lot of lessons that have been dropped in your lap right now, and it feels it just, you're over full of emotions, some positive, some negative, some ambivalent. Okay, now's the chance where you have to learn how to certainly how to regulate the emotions that are coming up from this Two of Cups. And if you need to ask for help from a medical professional, please do so. Okay. So there's the emotion part. This again, positive, negative, ambivalent. You get to decide how you feel in your situation, because I'm not going to tell you how to feel. Okay. And you need to understand that you're learning. If you allow this time to pass through you and for you, you're going to learn a lot about the ways you're abundant that don't include your money. Okay, this is something that I've been thinking about for myself, and I'll be doing some private journaling on that. A lot of times we equate our worth and our value to how much paper we have in our wallet. That's not it. That's one thing. Okay, it's one aspect of your energy. It's one material thing that we have it or we don't. It's, again, that is what it is. Lessons, as I said, there are lessons to be learned and needing to be integrated in the ways that you are abundant without equating that abundance to your money. Okay, again, please take that as it resonates. I'm not the authority in your life. Okay, you have a lot to offer. You have a lot of things to grow creatively and to grow in your creative space. Okay, but again, you need to let this resistance go. Okay, you need to let this resistance go, because once you do, you're going to start you could be starting the grandest of adventures. Okay, I'm thinking Frodo Baggins going on his first journey, right? I don't know if he took other journeys after that. The point is, he took the leap of faith and went with the crew to get the gold out of the mountain. Yes, I'm a nerd, I know this. Anyway, this is what you're starting here. This is what you're starting here. Okay? It's turning your back on the things that didn't work and going for the things that probably will. Okay? So that's I hope that made sense. And that was the hidden energy. Let's see how to clarify all of that. That was a lot of information. Let's go. Let's see what we need to see, okay? Okay. All right. So we have the Page of Cups. So there's the Page of Cups. All right. All right. There's the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups upright. Beautiful. Okay. There's the Nine of Cups upright. Okay. We have the Five of Cups. Okay. All right. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Four of Swords. You're okay to take a break. Give yourself a break. Seriously, please give yourself a break. You might be encouraged to take this leap of faith. You might be encouraged to turn your back on the disappointment and the hurt. Lord knows there's been plenty of it. Okay. Here's the thing. For right now, okay, take a few moments and rest. Find your center again. Find your peace again. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups, which is the lead in to that moment of euphoric happiness. Okay, you're at peace. Your cups are just there and overflowing. You know, you got the drips off the side, right? In order to really get the flood going here, okay, let yourself rest. Let your heart rest. Take some time to be in your skin, right? You don't have to rush. You don't have to push yourself, okay? If you have time in your day, a few good deep breaths, that's my advice for when I'm feeling down. Just step out and take some deep breaths if you can, okay? You're feeling a lot, okay? We have two pretty significant cups cards, in my opinion, here. Because the Page of Cups is, you know, we're still learning. We're only human. We're not perfect. Okay? So there will be times where, you know, all of our hard work feels like it goes down the drain because we backslide just a little bit. Guys, we're not Sisyphus. Okay? The story with that is that Sisyphus did something really bad. I can't remember. And he got cursed to Hades, and his punishment was to push a giant boulder up a hill every time he failed. See, we're not that. We have the capability of actually getting our boulder over the hump. Okay? That's going to come from giving ourselves a chance to rest. Okay? And the euphoric happiness, the emotional overflow that we're looking for, you know, it's going to happen. But we need to give ourselves time to process, and we need to give ourselves time to rest. Okay? Okay? As for this Five of Cups, I mean, you know, it's, like I said, we're human. Okay? We might actually be experiencing a task that feels overwhelming, overwhelming, overstimulating. That's probably the other word I was looking for. it's disappointing to see our cups toppled over, but we're not looking over here that the door is still open. Cups are down, fine, time to go. Okay, that's not the, yeah, it's not the 8 of Cups like we got earlier, but it is such that we have the ability to look up and see that, okay, there's nothing for me here, maybe there's something out here. We got to address these, yeah, we got to address these first before we can get out the door, okay? And in that, we need to give ourselves a rest, process, and eventually we'll get to that sense of peace and happiness, okay? That sounded like a bit of a downer, okay? The fact of the matter is that you have to remember that the wheel's turning in our favor. We're coming out of a state of emotional turbulence. In order to really let that sink in, though, we have our 4 of Swords. We need to pay attention to that, okay? Pay attention to what our body needs to rest, okay? How to use all of this? How do we use this? Okay, there's a lot of information. What do we do? Okay. Okay. So first of all, we need to address. We have the 7 of Swords. Okay, so there's something here that we need to address. Okay. Yeah, we need to address it. We have the High Priestess. Okay. Yeah, we have the High Priestess. We have the 6 of Wands. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands. Okay, and we have the 3 of Wands. So first and foremost, like I said here, we do have some things that we need to address. Now I'm thinking this might be something that you're not telling somebody, okay? Something that you're not letting yourself feel, okay? Again, with the resistance, it's constantly there in this reading, guys. How do we use it? Celebrate our wins. Yeah, you've done some winning, okay? Even if it's, like I stupidly said earlier, with the fork in the sink, you put your dirty fork in the sink, aces. That's a win. That's a win. Go celebrate that. If that's all you did today, good. Good. That's something, and I applaud you for it, right? Okay. Celebrate your wins, okay? And give yourself some grace, okay? Say that because we have our 3 of Wands and our High Priestess. There's gonna be some time where you need to take some time out. Bringing up our 4 of Swords again here. Be patient with yourself. Be graceful with yourself. Be kind, okay? Your fruits, I don't know if you can see that, but those look like pomegranate fruit to me. And they're coming to seed, okay? They are coming to seed, but you need to give yourself the chance to get there, okay? How do you do that? Patience. Like I just said, patience, okay? Plan your next steps as carefully as you can and know your authority is real. You have it in spades, okay? And you're gonna have to process it, but you're gonna process this in a way that makes sense for you, that recognizes your authority, okay? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right. So that is it for this reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful and that it made sense for you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Click all the buttons, get in touch. I will see you in the next one. But until then, stay safe and I love you lots. Bye, everybody.